Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kyrielle and today is the first ever video in a brand new series I'm doing on my channel, and this is a gemstone series where I do makeup inspired by the gemstones of the month or just another gemstone, because I'm aware there's a lot more than the kind of birthstones that are around. This is very much inspired by Shaaanxo here on YouTube. She does a few series every now and again. She's currently doing a series on like different centuries and things like that, but she has done a gemstone one before, and I just really wanted to do my take on it and have a little bit more of creative freedom just to create random looks and use whatever I have in my collection. So yeah, obviously we have to start with Garnet, which is the birthstone of January. And looking at images of Garnet, it varies from a orangey red to purpley red. So this is what I created for today. I'm going to show you how I did it. When I saw the images of the stone, I know the exact palette that I wanted to use, and that is the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. This had the perfect orangey and deep burgundy shades that I needed, so we're going to be playing with this today. It's not so much like a review, bit of a first impressions, I guess. I don't know if you guys remember me saying before, I actually picked up 2 of these. So you guessed it, today we're going to be doing a giveaway as well. I said I wanted to do more on my channel and I'm keeping to that promise. I do want to keep them dotted randomly throughout my channel so I can just randomly give back to one of you guys who comes back and consistently watches my videos. So to win the palette, all you need to do is be subscribed to my channel, obviously, which if you're not, you can hit the red button down below and the bell button. That'll update you with all my new uploads that are up and coming, including the future ones of this series. I'm hoping to do one of these a month. Fingers crossed. Also, please thumbs up the video, and for my previous giveaways I've done emojis, so I think I want to do that again because it's working well for me. Because this is like a red look and the stone in itself reminds me of fire, I think we should use the fire emoji. I don't know, this kind of does look like flame-esque as well. So yeah, you can write anything in your comment, but just include the fire emoji so I know you want to be entered to win this palette. And yeah, that's all you have to do. You don't need to do anything extra, like follow me on Instagram, TikTok. You don't need to do all that. I mean, you can if you want to, and I encourage you to, but you don't have to be entered in the giveaway. But yeah, I think that's everything that I need to say. Without further ado, let me show you how I did this Garnet inspired look right here. I'm excited. Alright, so let's get started on these eyes, which are obviously going to be the focus. So I have some inspiration pictures here. I've noticed that Garnet tends to come in 2 different kind of ways. It's either quite purpley or very orangey. So those are the kind of tones that we're going to be playing around with today. I have cake liners, some glitter flakes, some actual glitter. We're going to go all out today. I don't really have a direction for this look. I'm just literally going to be playing around. So let's get into it. Obviously, as I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to be playing around with the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette from Morphe. I think it's perfect for this type of look with all of these tones. Let's get into priming. I'm going to use the blank canvas by PLOUISE and Mitchell, and we're going to carve up my brows. I'm also going to take it onto the actual lid and then pat over it to take off any excess. Okay, so what colour should I go for first? I think the first shade I'm going to go in with is called My Man, and I'm just going to start by placing this on the centre of the lid. Again, I'm just kind of playing around here. This is my time to just make a look, just randomly with makeup. There's quite a bit of kick up in the pan, but that's no issue. You know what, I'm gonna take this over the whole lid. It is a very pretty, like, fiery orange. I'm just gonna take a clean brush and just buff out the edges a little bit, just to soften them a little bit. May just wing it out a little bit more on the side here. Even though this looks like more of an orangey red, it does kind of like fade out to pink, doesn't it? Fine, we shall remedy this. To make it a little bit more orangey on the edges, I'm gonna go in with the shade Feeling Myself and just go over that pink, just to neutralize it a little bit. Bring that around out here too. And then with my bare brush, just go over the edges again. These are blending extremely easy. Okay, now I want to add a little bit of depth to this. I think I'm going to go in with Living My Best. This is a matte shadow, but it has sparkle through it. I don't really want the sparkle, but I want this color. We shall see how it works. I'm going to start tapping this. Ooh, it's a pretty shade. Tapping this on the inner corner first of all. I kind of want this to be like an angled halo eye almost, so I'm gonna bring it up a little bit more and bring it more on an angle. Ah, damn it. Why do I do this to myself? I get no fallout, but I just stab myself with the brush. Just taking the clean side of the brush and just tapping over the edges. Now I'm going to kind of do a wing with this. I am possibly thinking about doing more of a glittery wing. I'll just add this as a base first. Not really worried about this edge by here because we'll clean that up. Taking the clean side again, patting over the edge. So easy to blend. Taking the brush with the Feeling Myself shade and I'm just buffing the edges with no extra product. I'm about actually deepening this line by here, so I'm gonna leave it the way it is. What are we thinking so far? You giving up on me already? Honestly, who could blame you at this point? I understand. I have this liner by Shein Cosmetics in the shade Twilight, which is a very deep purple. I'm just wondering if this will work. I think I'll just stick to the shadow. I'm gonna go in with the shade Oh Hello, and I'm going to tuck this right at where that line begins and define it. Make it look purposeful, you know? Then I'm just gonna fade this into the actual red on the lid. And then I'm gonna take this color and base it towards the lash line of the outer wing we've created, and then blend it up and out. That isn't quite cutting it for me as far as the depth goes, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Crazy and just repeat what I just did. That's a lot better for me. I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit with the red shade, and I brought it across the lid just a little bit extra. I'm gonna carefully blend a little bit of that first color we put down above this without disturbing the line, just to make sure it still peeks through, you know? Okay. So, where to go from here? I kind of want something a little bit more by here. I don't know what though. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Feeling Myself, I think. Okay, so we have this base down now, and now I don't know what to do. I'm thinking about maybe adding some like glitter through here so it almost looks like a flame. What I kind of want to do is cut across this line here with something reflective just above it, just to enhance it a bit. I think I can use this, which is by Stila. It's their Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow in the shade Burnished Sienna. It's like a pretty deep orange shade. I think that would look quite cool. Or I also have this one, which is Sunset Fire. I think that's going to be too light. Yeah, no, I think Burnished Sienna is going to be the best one. Bear with me as I hold my breath. How does that look? Have I ruined it? I might go in and like sharpen it up with the deeper shadow and go over any mistakes that I've made. Never actually used this color before. It's very pretty. Alright, I think I've done finessing it. I'm now gonna go in with the shadow and just clean up the edge just a little bit. Just going back in with the shade Crazy to touch it up. My camera battery is flashing at me, so I'm gonna go switch it out, have a think about what I'm gonna do, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. I went away, I did this eye, and I didn't know if I wanted to do anything more, so I thought I'd come back, do my base, and then think about it in a bit. I did add a little bit of Flawed and Awed to the center of my lid. I don't know if you could see a bit of the reflect there, but I decided I didn't like it, so I went back over it with My Man, and it's still kind of like coming through. I don't mind it now that it's kind of been like dulled down. It adds a little bit more dimension. But yeah, I really like those eyeshadows, the quality of that palette. It is quite dusty. Pigment and blendability is just on point. It's so good. Okay, so I'm thinking about a matte base for this with some nice glowy highlight. So I've got this to try. This is the Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer by Too Faced. Very thick consistency. But let's see what this does for my base. This is a very weird formula. It feels like whipped kind of lotion. It's a little bit thicker than normal and it's quite dry. if that makes any sense. It doesn't smell of peaches, which is probably what you would expect. So that definitely matted my skin down, but it hasn't made me flat, which I appreciate. For foundation, I'm going to use the Conceal and Glow because even though this has glowy properties to it, it dries down pretty much matte and I just want to use it again. So let's get this on my face. Just kind of doing like a light layer. I don't want too much foundation. Okay, so now that's down, I think I'm going to cream contour a little bit, or cream bronze even. I've got this new shade of the Born This Way concealer. This is the shade Warm Beige. I'm hoping this is going to be a decent kind of tanned bronzery shade. We shall see. Warm up the skin a little bit. This shade is similar to like my Fenty bronzer, so I'm just hoping it's not going to look like poop. So far, it does not look that promising. Pulling like almost green on me. This was not a good shade, I don't think. Maybe it's not too bad. I don't know, once I've got like my concealer and blush and everything on, maybe it won't be too bad. I'm gonna actually contour with the Fenty Matchsticks in Amber. A little bit of chisel to these cheeks. And obviously a little bit to this 10 billion head. May just add some to the temples here as well to pull my face back a little bit. I mean, why not? We're just having fun, right? And the obvious jawline. I'm also gonna do my nose and lips as well. Soften this down with my foundation brush. For concealer, I'm going to use one that I have not used in a while. This is the e.l.f. Camo concealer. This is the matte version. I am hoping this is not going to be too much for my under eyes. I've not used this one in a while because I've been using more hydrating concealers. We shall see, shall we? I'm just going in with my foundation brush. Definitely gonna have to go in with a sponge for this one. I'm quickly gonna set this with my HMB Cosmetics Soft Focus Loose Powder. Oh my gosh, I just almost got that everywhere. Even though this is matte, I want to kind of try and smooth it out a little bit. My under eyes are not looking the best with this matte concealer, I'm not gonna lie. This will just help smooth it out a little bit. I'm just gonna dot this around the center of my face as well. For blusher, I kind of wanted something with a little bit more of like an orangey reddy tone. So I'm gonna be using this ColourPop one, which is in the shade Palatial. I still am not sure how to say it. This is more of like an orangey toned red blush, so I thought this would go well with this look. Let's get this on the cheeks. I'm gonna bring it back and up, make my cheekbones look as high as possible. Just gonna kind of bring this onto my forehead as well, over my bronzer to like melt it all in together, you know? Just any excess that's on my brush. Okay, and for highlight, I really want to use this. I believe it's discontinued and doesn't even exist anymore, but I do have something you can mix to make a similar shade. So this is by Topshop. It's in the shade Crescent Moon, and it's this beautiful peachy color. It's just stunning, but I think it's gonna go really well with this look because it's got that peachy tone. But in the SOFX Revolution highlight palette, if you mix like these three shades by here, you'll get a similar kind of color. So if you kind of mix them together, you get something similar. That's the Revolution one. They look very similar. I went a bit too hard with the pink, but you get the gist. You can kind of create that color if you want it from that palette. I just really want to use this one. You can tell how much I've actually used this. I used to love this highlighter, so I just thought I'd go back to it. It still feels just as creamy, and I think it'll look cool over this. So it is more of like a soft glow than like a beaming highlight, but it looks so nice on the skin. You can definitely build it up though. I don't know if Topshop have like brought out new stuff. I imagine they have, but I don't know if they have this shade anymore. I'll just take my blush brush one more time and just blend it all together, you know? I'm also just gonna highlight the usual places. I haven't done my brows yet, so I think I'm just gonna pull it like through the brow and onto the forehead. Okay, wow. My forehead there is beaming. Okay, so my base is pretty much done. It's just like lips and stuff to do now. I'm gonna quickly do my brows. I'm gonna use the 24-Hour Brow Setter by Benefit and also go in with my Brow Goals Pencil by Makeup Obsession. This is in the shade Ash Brown. Then we'll finish up the eyes together. Alright, we are back. Brows on and one eye completed. I actually really like this look. I think I do want to extend the inner corner, but we'll do that once we finish up this eye. Yeah, I decided to go with the flakes and I think they really took the look to the next level, you know? Alright, so let's finish this up. First of all, I went back in with the shade My Man and I joined up the outer wing that we created to the lower lash line, but I'm only taking this about halfway and on an angle, keeping it hugged to the lash line. Because I've used a fluffier brush, it has already blended it quite far down, but that's what we want. I'm going in with the shade Feeling Myself again, and I'm going to buff over the edges, and I'm using a really light touch just by holding the brush at the end of the handle. And then for a final blend, I'm going in with a big fluffy brush and the shade No Joke, which is the yellow, and I'm just gonna graze the edges and blend it all together. As you can see, there's barely any colour coming off. Now I'm gonna go in the waterline with two eyeliner colours, both from Beauty Bay, the crayon eyeliners in the shade Coffee and Vanilla. I'm using Coffee on the outer corner where the shadow is, and where we have the blank space I'm gonna use the shade Vanilla. Now I'm going back in with the shade Crazy, and I'm gonna press it over the Coffee eyeliner we just used and buff and blend it out. Now it's time for the fun part, and we're going to go in with some flakes. These are actually nail flakes and they're from eBay, so I don't know where you would get something similar to this. Maybe like Shrine has something similar, I don't know. And they're not officially eye safe, so you know, use with your discretion. I'm going to use some NYX glitter glue. Just apply this with a small brush, and I'm just going to follow the wing that we have on the outside here. Now we're going over that shadow that we just laid down, but that's just for a base. And I'm going to take it slightly on the outer corner of the lower lash line as well. Now I'm just going to press over some of the flakes on top of the glue. I am almost trying to keep it to a wing shape also, just so we can continue the shape. If the angles change, my camera just died, sorry. But I'm just gonna attach some of these flakes to the actual lid just on the outer corner here to continue the flow of the wing. Alright, so I think I'm done. I think they look pretty cool. I'm just gonna tightline with the shade Coffee from Beauty Bay again. And I'm actually gonna take this slightly onto the lid. So really wiggle it into the lash line. Just gonna quickly smudge it a little bit as well. Alright, and now I'm going to curl my lashes and add some mascara. I'm using the Falsies Lash Lift by Maybelline. I am adding some mascara to the lower lash line, but only on the outer corner where we've got shadow, leaving the inner corner completely blank. For my eyelashes, I'm using the Pound Lashes in the style 4D Sweet Love. They're a really nice tapered fluttery lash. Alright, and the lash is on. I think I just want to extend the inner corner with some black, so I'm just going to do that real quick, and then we'll do a lip together. I'm going to try this. This is the Maybelline EyeStudio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner. I'm just going to go back in with the Blank Canvas by PLOUISE. I'm just going to carve out underneath the black line that we created. Alright, before we put the lip on, I forgot I actually added a little bit more blush around the temple on this side just to kind of blend it all together, so I just kind of went by here. Let's finally do the lips. So I wanted to do a deep kind of grungy lip to go with this eye. I don't know, I just felt like going all out. So I'm gonna do kind of like an ombre. I'm gonna go in with Cold Brew by NYX, which is a brown shade. And I'm gonna quickly line my lips, and I'm gonna color in the outside of my lip. I basically have only kept the center free. Now I'm gonna go in with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the shade Copenhagen. I'm hoping this is gonna look alright with this hair look and it's not gonna be too much. This is very purpley. I think it looks alright. It looks okay once I've got like my hair down and everything. You know what, we'll live with it, it's fine. Alright, so this is the finished look. Alright, so here's the finished look. What do you guys think? I know it's a bit OTT, but I really wanted to start off with a bang. Honestly, this was so fun to play around with bits and pieces that I have and try this new palette, which is amazing by the way. Very dusty, but the pigment and blendability, whew, this definitely trumps the James Charles palette. That's all I'm saying. And the primer seems to be working really well as well. I'm still very much matte. I've had this on for quite a while now, so I'm surprised my oils aren't really coming through. I'm impressed. I'm excited to play around with those some more. Anyway, I'm gonna now love you and leave you. That is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed me having a little bit more flow. Well, scattered flow. It was an organized mess. I'm excited to do this some more. I felt like my channel needed something like this because this is my creative outlet and I want to create some more. So this gives me the opportunity to, and I'm so excited for the future videos. Like I can't wait to do opal. So yeah, I'm just generally excited for this. If you are too, then please leave a thumbs up on the video. That will really help me out. Leave a comment down below on what you think about this look right here, or what you would have done instead. If you're just now discovering one of my videos, I hope you decide to subscribe. If you want to join along with this series and all of my future content, then please hit the red subscribe button down below and the little bell button, and that'll just notify you when I upload next, which is every Monday and Thursday. And yeah, I hope I see you on the next one. Till then, bye guys. Oh, and don't forget to enter the giveaway. All the details down below. Okay, bye.